Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel and another week of What's for Dinner. I'm sorry that I'm so late getting this up. This goes along with the grocery haul that you have seen a few days ago, which I will go ahead and link in the corner. I have just 4 meals to share with you guys this week because we had Halloween one night and we're at a neighbor's house for a party. So I started out by trying a new recipe. I'm going to be trying a few vegetarian recipes because we have some people who are coming to visit for Thanksgiving who are pescatarian, and I thought it would be nice to have something we can all eat together. I wasn't really sure how I felt about this soup. It is or it's going to be a creamy Italian quinoa soup. I have been wanting to experiment more with quinoa anyway, and this looked like it would be pretty palatable. And I will say that it was very flavorful, and my husband agreed that it was very flavorful, but it just had a little too much going on. This soup has onions, garlic, carrots, celery, and spinach, and it has quinoa, and it has chickpeas. And so it was just a little too much, I think, going on where all of that is concerned. And so if I would make this again, because the flavor was so good, and I think I will try it again, I would just cut the quinoa in half. And I would also cut in half the amount of celery and carrots that it calls for. And I think that that would take care of some of the issues that I had with it because I thought the flavor was really good, but it turned out kind of thick. And I didn't even make the children try this because that's a lot of interesting flavors and textures to throw at them. But those are the adjustments that I would make to this soup. Cut the quinoa in half and cut the carrots and celery in half, the amount that it calls for, and I think it would come out a more soupy texture. But I thought the flavor was really good. My husband did too, and I actually ate mine with just a little bit of shredded cheese on top of it. So I think that I might try this again, and I'll go ahead and leave the link in the description box in case you guys want to try it. Ruthie is helping cook dinner tonight, and she is cooking chicken. This is a recipe from the cookbook she got for her birthday. The recipe is lemon chicken, and it is from the book Kids Chef Every Day. She got this for her birthday, and I will leave it, I'll put it in my Amazon store, which is always linked in my description box. So if there's other stuff I mentioned you can buy on Amazon, you just follow that link and it should all be in one place. But she is making that recipe just according to the directions. We can't share that because of copyright, but it's basically like a pan sauteed chicken breast. And then I'm just making some buttered noodles to go with it because I have pasta I'm trying to use up, and we'll probably throw, a salad or some broccoli or something together, a salad together or broccoli into the microwave to have for dinner, and that will be dinner tonight. Dinner tonight is taco bowls. So I am making some Mexican cauliflower rice right now. That is a go-to tried and true recipe if you are on Weight Watchers. It's friendly, it's keto friendly. If you're just looking for a good way to get some veggies in your life, I highly recommend this recipe. I've made it a lot, and my kids eat it too. And I have also browned and seasoned some of the ground beef that you saw in my grocery haul this week, and I will just put that out with some beans and some sour cream and some cheese and some chips and tortillas and salsa, and people can basically make whatever they want from it. I'll probably make a little taco bowl for myself with some of the cauliflower rice, and then a little bit of the meat and some beans and cheese and sour cream. And I also have some bell peppers that I'm going to saute for my husband and I, but the kids like them raw, so I left some of them raw as well. And that's dinner tonight. Really, really easy, very versatile. Everybody can make it what they want, and pretty healthy. Hey you guys, I'm in the process of making dinner for tonight. I put a roast in the crock pot. I put it in there with half a jar of pepperoncinis with some garlic, minced garlic, and some garlic salt, onion powder, and Italian seasoning, and then about 2.5 cups of beef broth, and it's been cooking all day. I am making some asparagus to go with that. You saw that in my grocery haul. I always try to mention too that if you don't know how to cook asparagus, it changed my life when I learned that you have to blanch it first. So I put it in boiling water for just about 1 or 2 minutes, and then I immediately put it in an ice bath and lay it out on a towel to dry, and then it's ready to saute or to roast in the oven. And then I'm just making some good old-fashioned mashed potatoes. I've got the potatoes cut up there. I used some of the potatoes from my 5-pound bag that I bought. I'm just gonna make some mashed potatoes up. I make mine, I just boil the potatoes and then put, a little bit of cream cheese usually instead of butter, and a little milk and salt and pepper and stuff, and I'll just use my hand mixer to mix those up. And that's what's for dinner tonight, just kind of a really down-home meat and potatoes meal. This is the last night of dinners before I go grocery shopping again, so this is sort of the last night using stuff up. And normally we have a leftovers night, but what I have is a whole bunch of random stuff that doesn't really create a meal on its own. But what I'm gonna do is toss it all in the crock pot with a little broth and some seasonings and hope that it makes some kind of really delicious like Frankenstein soup. So what I have here is one chicken breast. I have maybe a cup or so of hash brown potatoes and maybe a cup of corn from the freezer left over that I need to use up. I have about a cup, a little more than a cup of the homemade pinto beans I made a while back. I have just a little bit of the Mexican cauliflower rice from the Mexican taco bowls we had the other night. And then I also have a can of diced tomatoes and green chilies that I can toss in with that from the pantry. Like I said, I'm just gonna throw it all together and put it on low in the crock pot. I've got some chips in the pantry to have with it. Obviously, we have shredded cheese. I might stir in, I don't know if it's not working, I might stir in some cream or something later. I don't know. We're just gonna try it out and see. It's just something soup. I'm just throwing all of these like small amounts of random ingredients together and hoping that it makes a really good soup. So this could be interesting. I'll let you know how it turns out. This actually turned out really great, you guys. I did come back and shred up the chicken after it was done cooking and add it back in. And I also added about 2 ounces of cream cheese that I had on hand and stirred that in. And it was really great. My daughter loved it and she ended up taking it for leftovers in her lunch the next day. So that's going to wrap up this video of what's for dinner in our household. Be sure to tune in next week for more grocery hauls and what's for dinner. Bye.